Hello and welcome back to the Save It for Parts channel and the DIY underground tunnel system known as Sandland. I can't actually remember if I've done an intro for this particular block of videos or not. I've been kind of throwing Sandland videos into a file for months now without any real script or direction or storyline, and it honestly, the more and more videos I do about Sandland, the harder it gets to show something new to keep people interested, because you've seen us digging the tunnels, you've seen us hauling sand, you've seen us setting up the bar, you've seen us setting up other stuff underground here, and it all kind of starts to look the same after a while because we're just doing kind of incremental improvements, incremental expansion of the tunnel system. Now, I do potentially want to focus on one or two things in this video. Dave has kind of completed one of his maze projects or his loop projects, or he's been building kind of a crazy interconnected spaghetti of tunnels called the Swiss cheese. And then he also has some tunnels made to look like natural caves. So we'll take a look at those possibly in several segments, because I might film with this camera, I might film with my phone. This one is having focusing issues, so I don't really need the soft mayonnaise focus the whole video. And then I'm sure we'll just have random Sandland content depending on what I've done for the last few months and depending on what kind of video files I have. All right, we've got some crazy new tunnels here at Sandland today, so let's see if we can quickly go through some of the new stuff. We've seen some of this before. A window over there. And we've got a window there that goes somewhere else. Actually, I think that window goes here. But then I go up here, and we've got another window. I don't even know where that goes. Wow, I literally don't know where that goes. Let's see. Wow, that's cool. It's like a whole different type of sandstone on the ceiling, the really hard stuff up here. And this is an active dig area where Dave's working. And we've got a little peekaboo window there. We've got, let's see, we've got another little peekaboo window here. People ask about airflow. There's a significant amount of air coming out of this hole, because this goes through into an entirely different section of tunnel, and I've never actually been over in that section because it's all crawling, so I have never been in there, but lots of airflow coming through, so we do get a lot of cross breeze between all the different entrances. Coming down here, these little markers on the floor, these are survey markers, so we put those in to kind of track where the tunnels are. This, down below the bucket, that hole is a dump chute, so that goes down to a lower level tunnel. So we'll run around to there eventually. That goes to another whole completely different section. So that is quite a ways away in the tunnels, in the standing height tunnels. So if we go back over here, I need a bigger light for this, but maybe we can lighten this up in post, I don't know. Let's see, if we go down here, that dump chute comes out right here on this little sort of platform. So this is kind of like a real mine where the sand falls out of the hole in the ceiling that goes up into the upper level, comes down into this little sort of containment area, and then when it's not overflowing onto the floor, you can put a wagon in here and load the sand in. And then this is an active dig face that's going to continue going along there. Wow, it's quite a bit cooler right here too. There's a lot of air coming down through there. So the cool air is dropping into the lower levels. I'm down in the kind of the lowest level at the moment, or the lowest main level. There is stuff below this, but this is the lowest level that kind of goes out to the surface. You can see out there. So that is why all the cold air from inside is dropping down. I'll just run back through here really quick. Because, okay, yeah, wow. So here is another chute, another area where sand is being dumped down from an upper level. And I can't even get through there. I mean, I could crawl over that, but I'm a little lazy about it. So I think we might have to go around from the other side and come at that from another direction. I don't know if you can see that on the video. There is a bunch of very cool looking cobwebs decorating the top of the tunnel here, with dew forming on them. I just think that's really cool. It is 50 degrees in the tunnels year round, but outside has varied quite a bit, so we're getting kind of reverse fogging up and dew point and whatnot now. So now the camera's fogging up going outside, and this is the big snow that just happened about a week ago, and now it is 70 degrees out. So all this is melting kind of all simultaneously all across the hillsides here. All right, here it comes, approaching the culverts. It's so interesting that it all just comes down at once like this. All right, we have come up with something new to show you guys. We are going to explore a brand new tunnel in Sandland that I have never been in. There are actually tunnels at Sandland that I have not explored, even though I've been out here for years, even though I've been volunteering for years. There's stuff that has been dug a while ago, and I have not been in it just because it's too small for me. So as Dave was digging this section, he ran into a tunnel. You can see the his tunnel kind of dog legs to the left here. And that's because he ran into one of Jim's tunnels. It's over there. So there's no way to get to that from here. We have to go all the way around. Yeah, we've been digging. People have been digging so much there are just like piles of sand everywhere. So this is a big pile of sand that needs to come out. This is a big pile of sand that needs to come out. It's been getting dumped down this chute from up above, but yeah, we're digging faster than we can haul. And that's always been the case here at Sandland. It is much easier to dig these tunnels than to get the sand out of them. So the bottleneck is really removing the excavated material. All right, so I think that new section is down here, and this is a place I don't go very often. First off, I smash my head every time. This is a harder layer of sand, so this is like, yeah, it's really hard to chisel this out. So it just got left there, and I have smashed my head on that so many times. In fact, I think I'm the reason that one of the reflectors is gone, because I smashed into that so hard, fortunately with my hard hat. But we do have the spiral staircase. I've probably shown that before. It's still kind of small. It kind of goes up and up, and then it dead ends. But yeah, there is a spiral staircase in here that's under construction. Other spot, I think, yep, this is it. This little crawl hole here, which I have just avoided going up for several years now. I have never been in that crawl hole. So I love tunnels. I've been exploring tunnels for decades, and I've crawled through some pretty small holes. I've gotten stuck in holes before, but the older I get, the worse my knees feel, and the less I want to crawl in stuff like that. So yeah, I've just been putting it off. Oh boy, everything is crunching. Now, I'm not actually in any danger of getting stuck in here. It's just uncomfortable because I have to worm my way upwards. I really should have brought knee pads and elbow pads. I should have brought full caving gear. But I didn't, because most of Sandland, you don't need full caving gear. It's just these little holes. But I dislike this hole. All right, so what's up here that makes that worthwhile? We've got some sitting benches. We've got this crawly tunnel going down here. And wow, this is tight. I think this is where Dave broke through over here. Yep, okay. That is where Dave broke through, right there. So that, oh, my light went out. So that goes through into the walking height tunnel. And this looks like that's it. It's a dead end. So 1 star, would not come back in here. All right, time to go back down that nonsense. I feel like this would be a good one-way tunnel, like if you never have to come up. If you're only going down, this would be great. Down is definitely easier than going up in that thing. So yeah, this might be the only time I ever go up there. So, all right, well, I think it is back to the regular tunnels and back to the digging. And if nothing else, maybe I at least got maybe I got an anxiety-inducing thumbnail crawling in that stupid little hole. All right, so the rest of the project for today does need PPE. It does need a hard hat, glasses, and a respirator, because I will be digging, we'll be blasting silica everywhere into the air. I am extending the haul tunnel back behind me here. That goes back towards the donut room and back towards the active digging area. so we can haul sand more easily out of the bar, out of the other projects, out of that small crawl tunnel. The crawl tunnel where I just was is actually straight up about 2 feet, 3 feet, and there's a really thick layer of sand in between. So there's a really hard layer that I can't actually chisel through, or not as easily with this little chisel. So that is kind of separating the layers here, separating the levels. So all of that annoying crawling I was doing is just like 2 feet that way. Not that far away, but it takes a long time to get back around here because everything is all a giant maze. All these little holes and interconnections do make it more efficient to run power cables, so I don't have to run this all the way around the long way. I can just sneak it through into the other section of the tunnel here, and then I don't need as much extension cord. All right, it is springtime at Sandland. I don't know what the last video clip looked like because this is kind of an ongoing, this is one of those ongoing videos that I started filming like late last year, and people ask how I get so many videos out at once. It's because I'm always doing like 4 at once, and some of them go way too long, and so the seasons change, my outfits change, my facial hair changes. Continuity is something I don't do. So speaking of doing multiple videos, I am in the middle of running the big satellite dish in the geodesic dome, doing some radio astronomy. So that will be a separate video. If you haven't seen my Sandland radio telescope videos, maybe I'll put a link down below to some of those. We still have this whole pile of spare dome parts. I think we have enough to make like 90% of a second radar dome, but we haven't had time to put that up. And some of these are the damaged ones. I'm a little worried that something's gonna start living under there. I'm gonna come up here one day and it'll just be the Fox Dome or something. But yeah, one of these days we should really work on this pile. All right, so I'm pretty sure there's some birds nesting on the spaceship. See if I can sneak up on them. Oh, yeah, there's one. See if we can get it on the other side without it flying away. It'll probably fly away. It's just behind this antenna. Oop. All right, well, it flew away. Let's see if it has any kids at home. Yeah, we got some eggs. No babies yet, but I'm sure there will be baby birds in there soon enough. So I've had this cell phone booster down the tunnels for a while, and I've been keeping it in a waterproof box with silica gel packets, but even so, we have a little water inside the screen, a little bit of corrosion around the antenna cables and around the power connector, and the power box, which is also in a waterproof box, has also gotten some moisture in it. So I'm thinking this is probably going to no longer be working. I don't have it on all the time, so yeah, I usually just turn it on when I'm down there if I really want a cell phone connection, which, you know, I don't always need cell phone service in the tunnel, but it would be nice to have it. So let's see if we can open this up and tell what's going on. All right, it's kind of an interesting gadget in here. We've got a ton of shielded modules and then just our little screen. And yeah, there definitely seems to be some corrosion happening. There's a little bit of mystery scum down the bottom here. I might try baking this on a really low heat and just see if we can get some of the moisture out of it. All right, so I did a little oops. I put this in the oven on the lowest setting, and everything was fine. I had it in there for about half an hour, and there was still a little bit of water inside of the screen. So I thought, okay, I'll put it in there for another half hour, still on the lowest setting. And yeah, that was a little too long because all of the plastic has warped. The water is gone from the screen though. You know what, I'm gonna take it back out to Sandland and see if it still works. All right, let's see if we can resurrect this poor melted thing, if it's actually gonna work down here in the tunnels. This piece just rattling around in there too now. You know, this was free, it was a review item, and it's no No bad marks for the review item because this is not the environment it was ever supposed to be installed in. I'm actually impressed it's lasted this long. All right, power looks good. Moment of truth, will this poor melted thing turn on? Yeah, it's booting up. It's alive. And I actually have more bars of service in the tunnel than I did outside, so it's definitely working. I'm even getting a signal here in the bar, and I can post photos and updates and whatnot. So I am on roaming, but I'm roaming over 100 feet underground, so that's pretty good. I think that's actually a good advertisement for high boost cell phone boosters. Leave them in a hole for multiple years, bake them in your oven, melt them, and they keep working. So if anyone from High Boost is watching, please send me another one. These things are great. All right, we're back here in the bar, and I am going to do some more expansion down in the manhole. Now, recently we had an event here at the bar. We actually had an event at Sandland. It was the 15th anniversary of the property here, which is pretty cool. We've been doing this nonsense for 15 years now. But some of the younger, crazier people decided to see how many they could fit down in the manhole. And they got about 6 people down there, which is amazing because I can only fit like one of me down there. But I think that means we need to build this bigger. We need to continue expanding over towards Dave's tunnel. But yeah, let's work on that for a minute. I have no idea how they got 6 people down here. That is some clown car level nonsense. Note to self, don't crawl in tiny little holes with your phone in your pocket, unless you want your phone to look like this. So yeah, now I don't have any music, I can't take any photos, I can't post anything. Sandland is really hard on phones. I'm really hard on phones. This was only a Pixel 4. I think they're up to like Pixel 9 now, so I guess it's time for me to upgrade anyway, but I liked this phone. It was mostly working until I sat on it in the tunnel, so join Patreon if you want to buy me a new phone, I guess. Without my phone, I also have no idea what time it is, so I don't know how long I've been out here digging today. I guess I could look at the camera, but I never bothered to set the time on the camera, so as far as that thing knows, it's noon on January 1st of 2000. I guess I'll just keep digging until I get tired, and then we'll see if it's still daylight outside. All right, you know what? I think we're done. We're done digging for today. We're done with this video. I need to go home and buy a new phone, and I need to wrap up the project here. So we've got enough footage for this video. It's been very disjointed as usual. There is no real overarching theme to this video other than digging a hole at Sandland. But you know what? It's an ongoing project. We're always digging holes out here. And if you want to see more of the Sandland project, then make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future Sandland videos. And if you have no idea what's going on or why I'm digging a hole, then go back and look at the prior videos in the Sandland playlist. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. Thank you to everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.